everybody, this is Courtney, and today I'm going to show you how to make a mask with the template that I like the best. You can choose whichever material you'd like to use, and at this point I'm starting with this one and I'm going to end with the red. Since the CDC has now recommended that everybody should wear some sort of covering over their face when they go out into public, I figured, hey, why not get this particular tutorial out there. That way if you do have a sewing machine, you know how to do basic sewing by hand. It's really not hard. You could actually do one of these by hand. I did it the other day to make my son one, and it came out fairly decent. Okay, step one, you want to get this template. The nice thing about this template is you can use really any fabric. I chose to use some red fabric as well as the multicolor that I am displaying in this video. The next step is I want to make sure that these masks that I'm making are going to be thick. So I'm cutting 4 pieces of fabric, and the reason why I'm doing 4 pieces of this particular template is because I'm going to sew them all together. After all pieces are cut, you want to put them together and follow along that very top rounded area and sew those together first. Open it up after all of them have been put together. It lays nicely like that. Normally, if you don't want to get the frayed edges, you would use a serger. However, that is just a machine I don't want to get out at this time. I'm not making a very expensive item at this point. This is just to do its basic function. So what I use instead of the serger is these scissors that have sort of a triangular zigzag, and I'll cut along where I sewed already. And it does prevent it from fraying a little bit more. I'm using different materials. And the next step I want to do is I want to sew the very top here. And the reason why I want to do that is because when I connect the piece of elastic up here, it's going to look bad if you don't have it hemmed over. So once I get that sewn over, then I connect it, and it will prevent it from fraying. Now, instead of doing these all individually, I want to do a bunch at the same time. Like that. It's a little bit nicer now. So the next step is to find the right elastic that you want to put on the mask. Since they were very limited on resources at the store, I think all of that was even there still, was the 3/4 braided elastic, which is this thick, which is not a big deal. It probably will end up fraying if you do this eventually, but it's honestly been working for me. I have just been cutting down the middle and making them thinner pieces. At this point, I started working with some other fabric that I had already cut out. So I am on to the red material. This would be what the finished product looks like. I'm by no means a professional sewer, but it definitely looks halfway decent after you get all these minor threads off of here. So now I've done it to both sides where I folded it. I've done the same thing over here, and the mask is finished. Voila.